dear friends of energy healing. I'm really happy to have a very special guest here today for this broadcast. And I am welcoming Ozden Oke from Istanbul here today. Hi, welcome. Ozden, yay, you're here. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
hi to everybody, and thank you for having me here today.
It's so beautiful. Technology is great. I'm in San Francisco. You are in Istanbul. Özden and I, we know each other since 2012. And in fact, Özden was in my very first workshop that I offered in Istanbul. And from that, a really beautiful friendship developed over the years. And Özden has been such a dedicated, enthusiastic Seraphim Blueprint teacher. And also she has been my main organizer for many years now for all of the workshops I am offering in Istanbul. And we also traveled through Turkey on some occasions. And also Ozden has translated two related spiritual books from English into Turkish. So there's a lot more I could say, but just to say it short, I'm really happy you're here today. So I invited you here today because I wanted to share with my audience that you received a very special energetic gift just fairly recently. And it's a brand new workshop with brand new energetic tools. And you call it the Divine Heart Connection. And when you channeled this, when this came to you, when you received this, you contacted me and you gave me a little mini session to check it out, to immerse myself into this new vibration. And I liked it very much. It was a very powerful experience. And I feel that this is such a beautiful gift, and also it's very needed right now in our world to strengthen heart energies, to enhance and to open the heart center. All these topics related with it, like self-love, is such an important topic, but also communicating with others from this heart-centered approach is so important in our divided world that we are living in at the current time. So I was very excited that Özden started to offer this as a brand new workshop. She already taught it in Turkey. And I felt that American students or English speakers all over the world could also very much benefit from this workshop. And so that's the main reason why I invited Özden here today to for you to get to know her a little bit, and for her to have the opportunity to do a distant healing, to give you an energetic experience of this new vibration. And that might inspire you to actually take the workshop with her at a later time. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself. When in your life did you become aware that there is this spiritual side of you? I wonder, is there something you could share with us?
Well, actually, it started very early on because when I was a child, my parents took me to Germany when I was very young, and I had to grow up in a different country with a different culture. So as a child, it's even harder to adapt, and
I
therefore
know, I have to disrupt here, but when you organize my workshops, I always notice your German precision and dedication. So your time in Germany definitely did shape you in a
very
very
much.
unique way.
It did. So I needed to adapt, and I needed to be one of them, and don't let them feel the difference. So I observed a lot. And when you observe, then you somehow the other senses start to work more, I guess. So that was a beginning for me, to know that you are not alone and that you get a lot of help from some beings around you. But then again, when I was still a child, I was like 14, I came back to Turkey, to Istanbul. So with this different background in Germany, this different culture, I took back to Turkey. And then I had to adapt again. So it's hard, and when life is hard, if you get lots of challenges, then somehow you open up to the divine, and then you feel how you are supported, and that was a beginning. And of course I was always interested in things beyond I could see, because I felt them, that they were there, that I was not alone. So I was looking into spiritual teachings very early on, and that led to today somehow.
And I asked you in preparation for our meeting here today to send me some photos that might illustrate that, you know, parts of your journey leading to today. And the photo we are seeing now shows you doing a healing for a dog. And so when I saw this, it's like you're looking like you're a child already having this sort of connection with animals, specifically with this dog, and you're doing like this energy healing here. What are we seeing? What happened there?
Well, it was very organic from from a very young age on, because I was a lot of the time alone, because it's not easy to uh, adapt. So therefore, my best friend were the trees and the flowers, and of course the animals. And here, this is a dog. I'm doing it automatically somehow. It was very ill, and so I saw it. The owners were very concerned about him. It was a male dog, I remember very well. So I just put my hand, I started to pet him, and then he was laying down, and then it flowed somehow. That was also a very good experience for me, because I could see how these energies work, that there were some energies that work. So
So you did
it
this
was a beginning.
intuitively. It wasn't that you had training for that. That was
No,
just something that came natural to you. Interesting. And you also still are being surrounded by dogs. You have a couple of dogs at home.
I do. And I love dogs, but not only dogs, I also have a cat, and they get along very well, actually. And then we have I'm blessed to have a garden. That's really something special today. And this garden is also my sanctuary, because there are so many birds coming, and I love to garden. I love gardening, so I enjoy it very much, and I feel energies when I'm in the garden very much.
There's this image here of you with the crow as well.
Yeah, well, they are very special birds, the crows. I mean, they are some characters, so you have to be very careful. So this was a crow baby, actually, and she somehow got lost, and it was a street, and the cars, it was dangerous. So I wanted somehow to lead it to a more safer place, and the whole family was somehow guiding me. It was also a good experience.
When I saw this photo, I had to smile because I just recently started to make friends with three local crows, with a crow family here. And I actually started
Yeah,
to see them every day, and I started to feed them. And I wonder if I can actually start teaching them some tricks or something. So that's one of my projects. All right.
Yeah.
You started, so to speak, to have this natural gift. You recognize that the energy flows. You used it for those animal healings. And when did you actually start do your first like training, or you took part in spiritual workshops, you got initiations? How did that come into
Well,
play?
yeah, it started with Reiki, like many of us, and it was again a very challenging time because I had this very successful business career, but then at some point I felt like I'm empty and I'm drowning. And it was like I was dying or something, and I had to do something about it. So it was a very sudden decision that I quit my job, and everybody was so surprised I was doing that. But it was, I don't know, some divine guidance or something. When I look back, uh, I don't understand how I found the courage to do that, but I did it. And then, well, if you don't earn regular money, it's hard to go through life, you know. So I needed to somehow find a way out to find myself again. So that was the point when I got introduced to a Reiki teacher, and I started my spiritual career, we may say, with Reiki. And then I was going to any workshop I could find, and I was soaking in the energies, but it was like going in and through. It didn't stay somehow. And then I quit everything, and we moved to the house I live now here
Well,
in the garden.
let me jump in there. Why did you think it went sort of through you? It didn't stick. Seems like you felt the need for it. You were almost like addicted to it. But how is it that you describe it didn't really stick, or it wasn't anchored?
Well, I believe I was still um, ignoring the real wounds that needed to be healed. So
Mm.
that also may be a reason why I changed all these different techniques. It was like escape mood. I was getting it like an aspirin or some medicine that just made me feel good. And then I moved on. But when we moved into the house I'm living now, the garden, that was the main thing that healed me, because I spent like I believe 2 years mostly in the garden. When
Mm.
it was snowing, raining, sunshine, I mean, I was gardening all the time. But that somehow healed me in many many levels. And then I got this perfect gift from the universe, and that was Seraphim Blueprint.
Wow, so then that brings us fast forward to 2012 when we met. Interesting. Yeah, and you were very enthusiastic right away, and you were also amongst then the first group of teachers for Turkey to be initiated, and you were an enthusiastic ambassador of the energy. And also, of course, you translated the Seraphim Blueprint book into Turkish, which was such a big milestone. Having that book was really very important to be able to uh, allow people to learn about the existence of that system. And yeah, you've been really like this. Yeah, ambassador is really the right word over the years. And especially when we changed things around and you started to organize all of my workshops, that was a really big shift. And we've been lucky to have been able to introduce these techniques to many people in Turkey.
Yeah,
Really,
well,
I'm really, really grateful for that.
Seraphim Blueprint transformed me. I mean, very deeply. So I'm very grateful. And that's the reason why I was so enthusiastic about it.
So you became a Seraphim Blueprint teacher already, I think, in 2013, at the end of 2013. And in this process, you also met Ruth Rendley, the founder of the Seraphim Blueprint, several times. And I think you also were in the very first group of soul practitioners of her method to do soul healings, and you also practice that.
Yes, I do. Actually, I have to say now that right now, because I'm so grateful for you, Alex. You introduced me to this system, and you were always a perfect teacher for me with a lot of time for all my questions. And I found the um, same relationship with Ruth, who also opened up her home. We took lots of teachers to her home to get the teachers training, and so I was very lucky to enjoy all your friendship and wisdom. And at one point, Ruth said that she wanted to share the soul readings she was doing with other people, because she didn't do that for a long time. And she, at that point, she also published her book about it, which she kept for herself for like 20 years or so.
That's
And
the book on the multiple soul theory.
yes,
And
the
you
multiple.
also translated that one into Turkish.
Yes, I did. And then she just asked me if I was interested in getting this soul reading, getting into the soul reading. So that was also a very special opening for me when we were four students with her, and she shared the Randley method with us to do the soul readings.
So it's really only very few people for the whole world who are trained to do this specific method of soul work. And how do you do those soul readings real quick? I know we want to talk primarily here today about your new gift, this energy that we will introduce in a moment to the listeners. But I'm also curious, how do you actually facilitate these readings?
Well, just the photo, the name, and the birth date is enough. People are sending me this information, and then I do the soul reading, and I prepare a report, which I'm sending to them, and then we meet for a distant healing session afterwards. And well, there were also lots of transformations. It's a very effective method.
All right, thank you. And so you've been really busy actually the last
I
years.
am.
It's a very, very full schedule for you. You do a lot of Seraphim Blueprint teaching. You do a lot of the soul readings. Every time I'm traveling to Turkey, you are very busy organizing my workshops. You also organized workshops for other teachers. And it's been keeping you very, very busy.
I love it. I love it. And I want to do even more, but the days are too short, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting when we sort of remove the blockages and we get out of the way, and we are allowing to be in this flow of synchronicity, flow of serendipity, those miraculous things, how they keep unfolding. It's really beautiful.
That's true.
So, and then this all, you being so busy, doing so much energy work all the time, I think this really leads to you being at this heightened state of consciousness. And somehow this then prepared you to most recently receive this new energetic gift. How did this happen?
It was, I mean, uh, on June 21, that was the night, so June 21, 22, I suddenly woke up. I felt like I was dissolved and I wasn't there anymore, but I had access to everything there was. I knew anything, you know, it was like um, incredible. And I said, uh-huh, yeah, yeah, okay, yes. It was like that. And then when it suddenly went away, and then I slept.
So
And
it
the next
sounds like
morning,
you had some sort of mystical experience.
I don't know if I dreamt it, but it was real. So then the next morning, I woke up and I had this information about the divine heart connection in my head. So I needed to write it down. It was like the urge to find something to write it down. And then I did that, and I had it. So I needed, and then I got more information about the divine heart connection, because when I started to write, it came more and more. And then I got the information that I had to share this. It
So
was
while
not a
you
healing
were
for me.
writing this down, did you also like immediately get some sort of energetic download, or did this come at a different time, or how did this happen?
Well, yes, I received it when I was writing it, and a couple days later on, it continued
Mhm.
part for by part. So I didn't write it in one go. It took me like a week or so to have the whole information. And then I shared it with you. You were the
Hmm.
first person.
This is really fascinating. So you felt it was this divine heart energy. And it's interesting because a few years ago, you started to suddenly see hearts everywhere. And you noticed this, and you opened up this Instagram account where you posted the heart of the day. You sent me some of the photos from your many, 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 many. I'm showing some here, hearts that you see on the ground, and then you see hearts in the sky. And one of my favorites is this one here, where you see one of your dogs looking kind of guilty, having peed on the carpet, and it's the heart shape.
Yeah. Well, it's actually it started in 2017 when I first saw the hearts, and these are very random. I mean, I don't form them, or I don't organize it before taking the photo. It's like there. And yes, the heart thing was going on for a while, and I saw so many. Some times it was like I saw a heart anywhere I was looking. So therefore, I'm not surprised that I got these heart energies.
It seems like you were prepared. And this heart here, I know exactly where it is. The stone is when you walk up inside the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul to the second floor, right? I've
Yeah,
seen that too. Um, so that's an amazing image. Yeah, these hearts are really beautiful, stunning, and very inspirational. So this has been a topic for you for 3 years, really. You see hearts everywhere.
I do. Yes,
And so, yeah, so that brings us to the now. Once you received this energy, you called me and you said, I'm not really sure if this is to be shared yet, or but I am sure it's a totally different energy. And you mostly work with the seraphic energies because you teach so much, all the different workshops of the Seraphim Blueprint, but this energy was distinctly different. And so it felt like it was a complete stand-alone energetic gift. And so then I volunteered and we did a session and you gave me the experience, and I could feel a very unique type of vibration, very powerful. And to me, it felt it was very comprehensive, very full. Um, a lot of times when we do energy work, it feels like one vibration is sort of like a specialist for one topic. But with this energy, I felt it went into me, and it had so much strength, so much volume, so much radiance, that it really uh, went through my entire being, and I could feel a very profound effect. And thank you for having me as the first person to experience this. And you tell us a little bit about the structure of this new workshop. It's about a 3-hour workshop, right?
Yes, it's a 3-hour workshop. Actually, maybe the reason I received these energies is because uh, when the COVID-19 pandemic started, we did a lot of group meditations together with my students and other who wanted to join. And I felt that everybody, because this uncertainty was everywhere, felt fear, and fear also somehow triggered um, anxiety, and also clashes, and that was a challenging, um, very challenging for people to go on with their lives and for relationships as well. So I was always, when we did the meditations, asking for something to soothe this, somehow to soften this, because it looked like we had to go through it. It would stay for a while. It's not like something you go through like in a couple months. Maybe it will last for a couple years. So my intention was to give people something that they can relax with, and also clear the fear.
Yes, and the fear is also weakening the immune system, which is so very sad. Right now, we have to be focused on having a strong immune system, but people are being so fearful that unfortunately makes them even more susceptible.
Yes, I believe that the divine heart connection and the divine heart energies are somehow clearing heart and heart chakra, so that we are able to share love. And the energies, the first five are more like a clearing and a healing, which we can activate for ourselves and for others. They work on our eyes, on our speech, on the hearing. And these are how we perceive our reality. These provide the data for our brain to process and form how we feel towards our reality. So these energies are clearing all the negative effects and thought forms that may attack us through these senses. And then also they, for example, we can charge our voice with these energies, or our gaze with these energies. And then we can somehow share this just by speaking or looking at somebody. So this is a very empowering new tool, I believe.
So you can actually let this loving energy flow through your eyes into the world and let it flow through your speech into the world. Very powerful.
Yes, yes. And also because there are, I believe, mind control techniques going on. And because of the internet, there is so misinformation and so many harmful frequencies we are um, receiving all the time, because most of us, we sleep, the last thing we see is our phone or laptop or iPad, and then the first thing again we look is this device. So we are very much connected to all these negative energies, and these healings, they when we activate them regularly, clear and clean all these effects.
I think that's so needed. The part of our brain that always tends to look for danger. That's what is so dominant in many people. They always look for something they need to be afraid of, they need to be prepared for. And so this shifts it a bit away from that.
And also they help to enforce our manifestation powers, because all the thought forms and negative emotions we carry actually prevent us to create the life we desire. So they help us in that as well.
Yeah, and the one thing that I really like very much is this idea that once you connect with this energy, you embody this vibration, that you can let it flow when you gaze at people during a conversation, and you can let your speech be energized with this. So you can really, in a very subtle way, but yet in a very powerful way, shift the energy in any interaction with the surrounding environment, but specifically also with other people. So I like that part very much.
And also there's this divine heart ray that you get when you are initiated, and you can also send this ray to a person, to a topic, to a place, and it will be charged with divine heart energies, divine love.
So how many initiations or attunements are in this workshop?
Well, there are six of them. Five are more like a clearing and healing for yourself, and you can share it with others as well, activate it as a healing for others. And then we have this divine heart connection, which is two um, attunements. The first one is the divine heart connection, where you connect to this source, and the second one is the divine heart ray.
And you just mentioned the origin of this energy is it's basically pure source energy. It's not
Yes.
facilitated by any specific guardian angel or spirit guide or master. It's the direct receiving from source, integrating source consciousness, source love, and source light, essentially.
Yeah, this is like several divine love and compassion frequencies put together as the divine heart connection, divine heart energies, and they come directly from source. And because, you know, we all have this spark that comes from source, so we are a part of source, and this is a connection to our true essence. Now I need to share this with as many people as possible, because we need this, the world needs this.
So
We
let's
need
share it
love.
right now. Let's share it
Yes,
right now
yes,
here
let's do
with
that.
our audience. And you offered to share 5 different types of the healing that are part of this new workshop. And tell us what are you going to present here?
Yeah, it's the first 5 healing clearing attunements, which we can share mm, as a healing with others as well and activate it for ourselves. So the first one is
And let me
for our,
just pop in. A lot of the people will see this as a recording, so it won't be live. But the beauty of those powerful vibrations is that they equally strong work from the recording, correctly?
yes, they do. And I would love to get feedback from as many as possible. The energies are very strong and effective. Only a couple minutes are enough for the healing. So I just will announce what they are, where they will be working on, and then go through the 5 steps. The first one is for our speech and voice, because when we talk, frequencies, they are on our speech as well, and sometimes they can be very toxic. And although we don't see the words we are sending out, they can hurt others' energetic system. So this is to clear all the toxic elements on them. And I just start with the first one. So close your eyes and try to silence your mind. Maybe just one deep breath in and out. And we start. Divine heart healing to neutralize negative frequencies and blockages from speech and voice. Here we go. Okay, we now go to the second one, which is for our eyes and gaze. Divine heart healing to neutralize negative frequencies and blockages from the eyes and gaze. Here we go. Now let's go to the third one. Divine Heart Healing to neutralize negative frequencies and blockages from the ears. This one helps us to listen because we tend to hear but not to listen what the people are telling us. And here comes the next one. Divine Heart Healing to neutralize negative frequencies and blockages from the brain and mind. This also enhances our manifestation powers. Now we do the last one, divine heart healing to neutralize negative frequencies and blockages from DNA. This is about codes, inherited codes that may cause chronic diseases and allergies, and also strengthening our immune system. Now we are finished. You can open your eyes.
Thank you very much for sharing this here with me and with my audience. I really appreciate it. That was very beautiful to receive this healing, and the energy felt very comprehensive, very powerful, and it was interesting as you were going through these different aspects of the healing. I could actually feel how it sort of moved around from topic to topic, different parts of my body. Thank you so much, and
I thank you.
I really, really appreciate you coming here today and so freely sharing this new gift with the audience, the viewers, the listeners. I would like for this energy to be almost the end of this presentation so we can let this resonate and people can carry this into the rest of their day. So in conclusion, just what are your last thoughts? If somebody wanted to learn how to use these energies for self, or if they wanted to use it in private sessions or for their friends and family, what would they do?
They just contact me through email or, messenger. I'm available. I'm out there.
And I
So
will
I would
put your
love to share it.
and I will put your contact information right next to this video for everyone for easy access.
Yeah, and we could maybe have a group of English speakers and then get together to share it.
Or you could also do it in German.
Well, I'll try.
It's been a while, but I
It's been a
remember your
while.
German still being very, very proficient.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming.
I thank you and everybody.
And I wish you many beautiful experiences when you are teaching your newest workshop, when you're sharing this new gift of the divine heart connection, this unique manifestation of source energy with your participants. And I wish you that you can share it with many, many, many people in the world, because we really need it. So thank you
We
very
do.
much, Ozden,
Thank you, Alex.
and all my best
Bye to
wishes.
everybody.
Greetings to
Bye bye.
Istanbul. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye.